All right, varsity softball. We walked into our classroom the first day of practice from a heartbreaking defeat last year in our regional playoffs. We were up by 3 runs, bottom of or top of the 7th, and Northumberland came back to beat us in the weirdest fashion that you could ever watch in a softball game. We absolutely should have won that game. We were all heartbroken. There were a lot of tears, and I felt like when we came in this year, we had to have some kind of goal, some kind of way to overcome that. Softball is not all about winning, as much as I love to win and do not like to lose. It's about life lessons. And no matter what, in the game of softball, you will never be given anything. And these young ladies had to learn to earn a playoff victory this year. So we walked in, and we walked into the classroom and we talked about it. We vowed not to speak of that game the rest of the year. We put our emotions on the table that day, talked about each play, what we could have done differently. From that point on, our focus was getting better every day. We had goals that we wanted to achieve throughout the season, but our ultimate goal was to learn from that loss and win a playoff game. This year, our district and conference was different than last year. They've done a lot of realignment, and we played in one of the toughest districts in the region. I'm proud to say that this team last year was 13-5. This year we finished 14-5, so we had 1 extra victory. We also finished 2nd in our district, right behind Parkview and over Southampton, who is a 3A school, and we are a 2A school. We beat Southampton at Southampton, which was my alma mater, and I actually worked with a lot of those girls, and that was probably one of the best experiences I've had as a coach, to watch these girls who were counted out in the local newspapers as you guys are going to finish 3rd in the district. We finished 2nd. We finished 2nd in the district. I'm very, very proud of that. These girls deserve a round of applause for that. We also, early in the season, we had a lot of ups and downs trying to get ready to prepare for this. And we had a lot of leadership on our team. We had 5 seniors that really held the glue together. And we walked in and we had this ball. And this was we called it Together We Will. We had practice shirts with the slogan on the back. And we signed this ball. Every member signed this ball. And each game, we would one of the players would give the ball to the next player. Whoever either did really well that game or maybe had a really good attitude that particular game. Everybody on this team had this ball. And what was surprising to me, our last game, the girls presented me with this ball to finish the cycle. This ball was held in their bat bags or wherever else, and they kept up with it, and they believed in together. There weren't any individual type of people. I call them me players. There were no me players on this team. They would bunt when you asked them to bunt. They would take it for the team, and I just could not ask for a better group of girls, I can tell you. I know I can get long-winded, so I'm going to go right to our each one of those individuals. And be patient with me because I'm still trying to figure out bars and softballs and letters. So, Laura Ellsworth is not present, and I'm giving a certificate out, and it has something that personally I had for each player. And hers says best attitude. Christina Dixon, fastest player. Jordan Allen, Rookie of the Year. She received
get your picture.
Brittany Wade, valuable offensive player. She gets a softball. Tori Holmes, Team Spirit Award. She gets a ball. Tori was injured for almost the remaining of the season for 2 weeks, and she could have just sat on the bench and pouted, but she really kept our team up in spirit, even battling through her injury. Best infielder, Peyton only made 2 errors all year, and she only struck out 1 time in district. She struck out 1 time in district play, and that is Peyton Gay. Most versatile player is Kelsey Searcy. Valuable defensive player, Morgan Whitley. Most improved, Kelsey Schaefer. Morgan Burks for Eagle Eye Award. Oh, Morgan, you get a ball too.
Yeah, that's what I say.
You'll remind me of that, sure.
Hey, she was on time.
Yes, she was. Best outfielder, Michaela Surveyor. There's nobody that came to practice every day trying to make sure that all these girls came to work and try to get better and to actually speak for the team to me. Sometimes I thought she was coach, and that is Lydia Willis. I don't want to get this one out. She has to triple, but Abby Jones gets a ball. Game Changer Award, Brooke Sutton. I don't see Linda here. Our team manager was amazing this year. She came, made sure things were put away, gave up her time to learn the book and to travel with us, and that's Linda Rogers. I don't think she's here tonight, but she was really important for us. So going back to what we had to overcome, we finished second in district and we host a playoff game. And for those of you that weren't at that playoff game, we were down 3-0 through 5. 3-0 through 5. And I saw the faces on these girls, and I just believed that we were going to win that game. We were going to end up coming around and hitting the ball. I didn't want to see a repeat. And Michaela and Lydia, our 2 captains, circled the team right before we were getting ready to hit and said, look, I don't want to go home yet. I don't want this season to be over yet. And we exploded for 5 or 6 runs in that particular inning and ended up winning that game 9-3. The score doesn't indicate how tough that ball game was, but from the beginning of the season to that point, they had to earn that victory. And each parent should be very proud of them on and off the field, learning from last year and overcoming what they had to overcome this year. We went to King William, best team in the state. They have yet to give up a run, even to this date. Best pitcher in the state, besides ours. I'll take Brooke to war anytime. And she proved it at King William. We had to go up there, I believe it was a Wednesday, and we played 3 innings, 2-0. Enlightening. We had to come on back. We didn't get back, some of us, till midnight because of the tree across 460 in Zuni, and had to turn around and go back and play. Through 6 innings, it's 2-0. We gave them everything we could. We had a chance in 1 inning to maybe tie the ball game, and then they broke out and scored a few runs, and ultimately our season ended. But the way Brooke threw that day and the way they played, and they never got down and kept battling, it made it all worth it for me as a coach to know that these 5 seniors, and I want them to step forward if you can, Michaela, Morgan, Abby, Brooke, and Lydia. These girls have been with this program probably since we were freshmen, maybe 8th grade. They've been a very much important part of this program and for Windsor softball for so long, from rec ball all the way through. I don't know what else to say about them other than it's been a joy for 2 years to learn who they are as people, who they are as players, and to see them grow and overcome so much. Morgan couldn't make our game against King William because her grandfather passed away, and the team's heart was with her during that time. And it was we talked about it, hated missing her that game, and I don't know, just the relationships we've built, so much more than softball. So much more than softball, and I'm going to miss each and every one of you. I hope that you come back and help my program on spring break and your winter break. I'm trying to practice the winter this time. And I just love every one of them, and each one of them have their own personalities, but they deserve a huge round of applause and great work. One last thing, and then I'll be moving on. 2 last things. I don't know if we had the VHSL record for home runs, but we hit 17 this year. 17 home runs. Peyton Gay versus Arcadia. Kelsey Searcy, Arcadia and Sussex. Michaela Cervase at Greenfield. Morgan Whitley, Brunswick, Surrey, Arcadia. Kelsey Schaefer, Brunswick and Surrey. I can't read all these. Brittany Wade, 7. Walk-off against Bruton and 2 against Brunswick. Folks, I don't really like individual awards. I will tell you that we had 6 all-district players. I think sometimes the district awards and stuff are more political than they are factual. We had Schaefer, Searcy, Brittany, Brooke, and Whitley,
Peyton.
and Peyton to be all district, and we had all region, Schaefer and Brittany. I'm not huge on individual awards. Those girls deserve what they had, what they got, and they all should have gotten even more. And everybody on this team is very valuable. But I have 2 awards. I don't do an MVP award. I didn't do it this year. Most Improved, Kelsey Schaefer. And I'll tell you real quick, I do want to tell her story real quick because it's very, very important for JV softball players and any aspiring softball player for our program as long as I'm coach. Schaefer last year spent half the time with Varsity and half the time with JV. Partly because we had a center fielder that was a senior that was a really good center fielder, and that was Tanisha Harris. And we wanted her to get experience. And she would hit for us, play a little bit of defense, and then she would actually go down and start, either pitch, play third, or hit for JV. And she gained so much experience, and she had to earn everything she had. This kid has had to earn it. There was nothing given to this kid. She comes to practice first day, works hard, wins the starting outfield position in center field, never made an error all year. Batted over 500 to finish, which was amazing at the regional meeting. That's why she made all-region team. Kelsey Schaefer is a product of hard work, not given. She didn't have parents that came and said, I want my child to have playing time. Nope, that didn't happen. Never, never. She earned every bit of her playing time. I'm so proud of Kelsey Schaefer. Coach's Award. This is a special award because this kid had to, as a senior, had to take a different role. She was a starting catcher last year all the way through, and we had another catcher this year that came in and helped us. And Abby Jones, come on up, Abby. So, I want to tell everybody this. And if I were here to tell you that she was happy about it, I would be telling you a tall tale. She was not happy about having to do what she had to do. But she did it. She worked extra after practice. She played first. She caught. She DH'd. She sometimes sacrificed her own time for other people to play. She wasn't happy, but she did not become a distraction. And right at the end, in the playoffs, she came up with some big plays and cheered her teammates on. And that's why she's the recipient of our Coach's Award.